Hello everyone. So today I'm gonna show you how to make this top-down template with the support for replication, multiplayer replication. So out of the box, the top-down template doesn't support replication. So let's see how to implement that feature. And as you can see here, the replication works from server to client and client to server and client to client, like this. Alright, let's see how to do this. And this episode is sponsored by this generous patron. Thank you very much for your support. Right, let's start with a new project. I'll select games and I'm gonna use this top-down template. I'll name this as top-down replication. Create project. Right, so here is the project and it works without any issue in single player mode. But if we try to have more than one players and have multiplayer mode, this is what happens. This one works, this one also works, but where is the other character? It is not visible. So we can see both characters in their own windows, but we don't see the other character. Yeah, that's maybe because we are possessing this already placed character. See, we are possessing it. So I'll delete that, and so that the spawned character we will be controlling a spawn character. I'll set a player start object there. Now we can see, but yes, the other guy. Still we don't see the other guy. Okay, and if I go here under replication, this actor will replicate to remote machines. And also if I check the controller as well, do we have a replication? Let's try enabling this. And also replicate the movement as well. Still we don't see the other guy. Oh wait, sorry, we need to change this option. Play as listen server. Now we should have both characters. But where is it? This control is not working. But we can see this other guy here. Cool. But why I can't control this guy in this other window? And we already know the third person character works without any issue in a multiplayer environment. So let's add the third person character template to this project and change to third person game mode. And if I play, both characters are working fine. Both characters are replicating properly. Alright, so what's the difference of player controller? We can't open them. So what's the difference between this character and the other character? Top down character under replication, we have replicate movement and replicates net load on client. They are same. Right, so why don't we convert this third person character to a top down character? So that should make things easier, other than trying to make this top down character work with replication. So here, this is how the camera is set up. Let me copy that spring arm and the camera to the third person character. And let's remove this follow camera. And let's disable mouse inputs. Right, now let's see how it looks. Oh, that's odd. Let me undo. Remove this follow camera and move this camera here, the original camera. Oh, still that's not the way I expected. This is where the camera should be. Now where is the camera? Let's set everything to 0. Let's forget about this multiplayer mode now, and let's get the camera to working first. I'll disable inherit pitch, these things, so camera will be fixed. Oh no, didn't I already disconnect this? Okay, now I can't look around. But why does camera moves close? Well, for some reason this camera is not considering as the camera for this character. Not sure why, because when I usually select the character, I can see a small preview of what I see through the camera. Okay, let me undo all the changes I have done for the third person character. Now it is like this. Oh wait, alright. Now let's first remove this and disable mouse input. Okay, it's like this now. Then let's go to this top down character and I'll copy the properties of this spring arm. It is -60 rotation here and absolute rotation. And the length is 800. Right, now we have it. Okay, so now let's re-implement a way to make the character move to a location that we click. First let's go to this top down controller and what it does, move to hit location. And here in this top down character we have a decal which shows the cursor position, cursor to world. Let's copy this into the third person character and copy this part where it said the decal position using the cursor mouse location in the screen. We don't have a tick here, right? Right, now we have that part too, and but still we can only move with the movement keys. So if I enable the multiplayer mode also, this guy can move and this guy can also move and everything is replicating properly. Okay, now let's implement a way to move the character using the mouse. So we can implement that logic here. Well, we can use the cursor to world location, this decal location, and add a movement input to the character which makes the character moves towards that location. So like this. First, there is a gate here. Set destination. When it is pressed, this gate opens. When it is released, this gate closed. So this is mapped to, I think, left mouse button. Yeah, okay. So we can use the same thing. Let me copy this part into the third person character, and if yes, let's add movement input in the direction. We can calculate the direction like this: get actor location and get world location of this decal, and we can get a unit direction vector from the character to this cursor location. And also we can find the distance from here to here as well. So if this distance is larger than, let's say, what's the value they use here? Main click distance 120. Let's use the same name. If this distance is larger than the main click distance, let's add a movement input to the character like this. Okay, now is it same as the top down character movement? Let's check quickly by changing the game mode. Yeah, okay. Alright, now let's check replication. I'll change this to 2 and play in a new editor window. Right, it replicates without any issue from server to the client. Let's see, client to server replication is also working properly. Let's check client to client by adding 3 windows. And this is client 1, this is client 2, and this is server. So server is here. Okay, client to client and client to server replication working. Yeah, all the situations are working without an issue. Alright, so we can avoid problems like this where it moves the camera to the closer to the character by disabling this collision test. Okay, and I'm gonna stop this episode right here. So as always, project file will be available for the download through the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. And if you would like to support my work, you can get the membership of the Patreon club. Thanks for watching. See you in another episode. Goodbye.